Good evening, everybody. The Lowell City Council Youth Services Subcommittee will hold a public hearing. Today's date is Tuesday, May 9th, 2017. Roll call, please, Mr. Clerk.
Chairman Belanger.
Here.
Council Mercia.
Here.
Council Samaras.
Here.
3 present.
Thank you very much. Today on the agenda is the 2017 Youth Summer Job Program. Very exciting stuff, and we are joined by Councilor Rodney Elliott, Peter Fanacanti from the City of Lowell. Thank you, Peter. And from the Career Center, we have Shannon Norton and Heather Donovan. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your attendance here this afternoon. This stems from a motion I made approximately 2 weeks ago regarding the summer job rollout program. We know how important that is to our youth in the city. So, Peter, why don't we start with you to see what we have in store for this year?
All right, to this point, we have received 283 applications for summer employment. We're going to fill around 180 positions. So we've been doing interviews since April vacation week, and we do 15-minute interviews for every youth that applies, so that way they all have a chance to sit down and talk to us, so that way we can kind of try to get to know who they are and what they're about, so we can see how they fit with us. We're going to have, like I said, 182 positions filled, and the positions are going to be 30 days of employment for the most part, from July 10th to August 18th. Most of our programs are 8:30 to 2:30, so the staff would work 6.5 hours a day, so it's a 32.5-hour-a-week position. So they'll have a lot of hopefully some disposable cash in their pockets by the end of the summer.
That'd be nice. Okay. So it's on the city side of things. Thank you very much, Peter. It's part of the Recreation Department. So, Shannon, if I may go to you, see what you have in store, good things you have in store for our kids.
Thank you. Good evening. So at the Career Center, we had about 303 people, young people, brought in their applications. We have 250 slots. Now these go to Lowell residents who are low income, and we are restricted by the grant to only 20% could have been with us before, so 80% have to be new to this program. The program runs from July 6th through August 18th. They work 25 hours a week at work sites all over the city, municipal departments, nonprofits. We have the van crew, which is 10 young adults that drive around the city at the direction of the DPW commissioner of where to do the cleanup. You'll see them with their T-shirts on, cleaning up the areas around the city, particularly before the folk festival. And what else can I say about this? We have an exciting project with Mill City Grows, which Heather will talk about. And we also have a financial product fair, we call it, but it's several banks in the area. They come.
Say that again, a financial.
So I guess that's what Heather had called it. So what we're trying to do is introduce all the participants in the program to the banks, to get them to talk to different banks about checking accounts and specifically direct deposit, because of the city requires that they are in direct deposit. So it gives them a chance to go around to all the different banks and talk to the people at the banks. We did it last year at Middlesex. It was really successful.
Nice.
But Heather, if you want to talk more about that and about the Mill City Grows program.
To you, Heather.
Thank you. So the bank fairs, we currently have 7 banks and credit unions involved. They sit in on meetings at the Career Center with us so that we can plan accordingly. We do workshops, guest speakers from the banks. Jeanne d'Arc Credit Union has agreed to take on the role of doing financial education for all 250 young people who will be a part of the program this summer. And that will happen at Middlesex Community College during our soft skills trainings that we do. And as far as Mill City Grows, we'll be doing the Food Justice Squad again with them. So last year we did that. Congresswoman Tsongas came out and gave awards to the young people. They teach other young folks and children how to grow in an urban environment. It's all about urban agriculture. They do a final project. They work on the mobile markets to understand marketing and selling in the Lowell community. And so we'll be continuing that project this year with about 5 young people placed with Mill City Grows.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. Do these people get paid while they're learning?
Yes, they do. So we do 15 hours of the soft skills trainings that they do get paid for to participate in with us.
Okay, and about approximately how many youth?
250.
Wow.
That's wonderful.
Okay, that's great. That's great right there. That's a great start. Now, Pete, before I go to my colleagues, Peter, to you, one more thing. Can you tell us about the meals that are provided to these kids as well with the recreation programs? I think that's very, very important to stress that.
Okay, anybody under the age of 18, whether they're enrolled in our programs or even employed, are open to get free breakfast and also free lunch. Most of the meals that we have are provided by the Lowell Public Schools with their contracted vendor of Aramark. And then we also have one group of traveling arts and crafts people who go to sites that are underserved, and they bring lunches from the Merrimack Valley Food Bank to those 4 locations throughout the summer as well. So anybody under the age of 18 who's in our programs or works for us is able to get a free lunch, and then anybody who goes to one of the sites that we serve meals to the public can also get lunch free.
Okay, about approximately how many youth do we serve?
Last year, we served over 23,000 meals.
Wow. In the course of the summer, that's excellent.
You know, over the 35 days, it was the Morey School program, and 30 days for the rest of our sites.
Okay. How about a little bit more the swimming lessons? Can we elaborate a little bit more on the program?
We actually, in addition to our full-day programs, we have tennis lessons that are offered for multiple skill levels at Shed Park, and the beginner lessons that are offered at the Riley, Daly, Wang, Gage, and Morey Parks. We have Taekwondo lessons at all those locations as well. We do free swim lessons at Lowell High School from 8 to 3, Monday through Friday, and then we also do morning lessons and evening lessons at McPherson, South Common, and the waterfront up on the Merrimack River. All the lessons we teach are free, and they're all Red Cross certified instructors, as well as having lifeguards on staff with each group, so that way there's a lifeguard and an instructor there at the same time. In addition to that, we also have dance program that goes to the different locations throughout the summer. We have the fire trucks and the DPW and the police department come. And then for the younger kids, we're doing a library program where the library brings a story time out to the kids and does like a puppet show with the kids as well. So that way the kids are getting read to and getting the importance of reading as well as physical activity in the summer. In addition to that, we also provide arts and crafts to all of our program kids. So we probably service, in addition to our 500 kids registered in the programs, we usually have another 100 or so kids who have the chance to do arts and crafts throughout the summer, because not every child that we work with is athletically inclined. So we do try to build a round, robust program, so that way the kids get something no matter what they're into.
Very good. Very good. Councilor Mercia, anything?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me just say this from my heart, because this is what I feel here. You may be 3 city employees, but the service and what you created and what takes place here in the city in the summer is so vital to keeping children out of trouble, offering them a chance to earn some money by perhaps buying extra school clothes for themselves for the following year that their parents won't have to spend that money for, and it gives them a sense of accomplishment, a sense of pride, a sense of worth. And you know as well as I do that when a child is busy, they're out of trouble. And so it isn't every family in this city that has the opportunity to go to the beach for the summer or go on vacation. Many of our children and families in this city are very poor, that they're working poor, and they can just about sustain it. And sometimes their children get in trouble, but this is an opportunity for them to have a nice meal, have a nice breakfast, have a job, have a little money. So you may be city employees, but you're providing and saving lives. Believe it or not, this is the way that I see it. So this is a marvelous event to hear all the good news. I'm just so thankful and grateful. So thank you for the valuable service that all 3 of you provide for our city. Thank you.
I would agree, Councilor Mercia. It was well said. Councilor Samaras.
Thank you. I also concur with Councilor Mercia how important your positions are. A couple of questions. Number one, what's the age range of the children you serve?
Last summer, we had 80% of our youth were under the age of 18 for employment. We start at the age of 14. Our oldest employee right now is 63 years old, so it runs the gamut of 14 all the way up. Because we are primarily summer, if we get a teacher who's involved in the system, they can go longer, but most of our kids age out by 18, 19 when they're getting partway through college.
Okay, what are the ages of the children that they serve?
In the program, we have a
Program.
3 and 4-year-old program, and we also have a 5 to 11-year-old program. Our swim lessons can service as young as 3 months as well. So we, this past winter in our programming, we had kids who were as young as 3 months taking swim lessons, and over the summer, same thing. And then our day-to-day, full-day program, an 8:30 to 2:30 program for a 3 and 4-year-old program is our youngest full-day program.
How many youth do you serve?
Right now, we have 450 kids already registered in our summer program with a waiting list already of 200, and we just started registrations on May 1st. Once we get our allotment of staff from the Career Center, we're going to be able to increase our numbers that we take. Between all of our day programs as well as our tennis and swim lessons, last summer we had almost 1,500 kids enrolled in programming on a day-to-day basis.
Do you cover all the parks in the city?
We cover the 6 major sites we do are Shed and Riley, Daly, Morey, Gage, and Wang, and then we also do food service program through the Merrimack Valley Food Bank that goes to the O'Donnell Splash Park. They hit Eagle Park in Centerville, McPherson Park in Centerville, and then there's a 4th site they're trying to nail down. They're not sure what the 4th site's going to be this year. So we hit those areas. We try to hit every area of the city, but not every park.
Okay, and just a general question. During the summer, sometimes, like, we had some very hot days last summer, and I expect we'd have them again. But sometimes they're like almost like an emergency, they're so hot. Do you do anything special, or is that, in your program, or is that something else that the city would do?
What we do is we will keep the pools open and the splash parks open till 8 o'clock at night. I believe last year we had 5 or 6 days where we had to do that last minute. So we will actually extend the water hours at some of the sites. In addition to that, we also worked with the DPW to set up misting stations. So Eagle Park, for instance, didn't have a water site. They actually brought in a misting station for them for the last 2 weeks of the summer. Okay. And then whenever the waterfront has a bacteria issue, they also set the misting station there. And if there is nothing wrong with the waterfront and that stays open till 8 for heat, the misting station from that area goes to a different area in Pawtuckaville, depending on where the neighborhood wants it.
That's good to know, thank you.
You just, 8 o'clock, you just may see them there, right, Council? I'll tell you, that's great to hear, okay. I also want to acknowledge Commissioner Tom Bellegarde is in the audience, and Mr. Bellegarde, I wonder if you wouldn't mind, Council Mercia and Samaras and I, we attended many baseball Little League openings, and the fields are looking really, really good this year. Calorie Park, Shed Park in particular, just to name a few. I want to commend you and your crew for the good work you've been doing out there. So just tell us how we came to this point, if you don't mind elaborating a little bit, because we're really proud of the work you've done. It looks great.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, first and foremost, I'm just sitting in to just kind of see how this thing goes this year, but I can attest to the fact, being involved with recreation for many years, they do an outstanding job. And it appears this year that it's going to be a banner year for recreation. The other thing I'd just like to comment on is how important it is to target the folks that they are targeting in terms of hiring. There's nothing wrong with having teenagers gainfully employed off the streets.
Certainly not.
Working, learning how to work with other people. Again, I'm very happy to see that is all going forward, because that is very important. In terms of how the parks, the physical parks, what conditions and where we go with those, first and foremost, it all starts with the City Council. I mean, the City Council supports all the things that we do. Even in tough budget years, we work closely together with all of you folks. The city manager is a big supporter of parks and open space, and we've been very fortunate to get various grants that match up with some of the city funds to do those improvements that we were talking about in the things that you alluded to earlier, such as Calorie Park, such as the splash pads that they're staffing this year. We have a wiffle ball field that we built a few years back that we now have permits. There's a handball, request coming up, court dedication coming up. And there's various basketball courts coming to life. So we're alive and well in the city of Lowell, and we do appreciate and continue to appreciate the cooperation and support of not only, again, from the city manager all the way down through the city council. We do appreciate it.
Well, we value it just as you do, Tom. We know how important it is for these kids to stay occupied. When they're on the ball fields, that's obviously a good thing, right? And it's better and what else they could be doing in the street, and keeps them, as Councilor Mercy alluded to earlier. But Shannon, to you, how about, now, a youth job fair was held at Lowell High just a few weeks ago. Can you give us the date there and how many jobs, and tell us how that went,
Yeah,
please?
that was the 27th of April, the Thursday. There were 62 employers, and there were over 400 high school students. I know there are some that were hired on the spot. I can go back and ask Beatrice Sierra, because she follows up with all the employers to
right.
see who got hired.
Yep.
A part of our grant program for the summer, we have to have, it depends on the amount, I think it's close to $140,000 of matching unsubsidized wages. So we have to track those private employers that hire those youth. So I can get that information to see
Yeah,
how
if
many
you don't
people
mind,
were
what
hired.
was it last year? I'm sure that we, do you
I
recall?
think very similar numbers. I don't think we had quite as many employers.
Okay.
I think we had around 55 or 56 employers. So
Okay.
she, and she said that what a difference. She had a job fair in Tewksbury, and she said the Lowell students were so much more prepared. They were dressed better. They had resumes. A lot of the employers were frustrated at the Tewksbury that they weren't dressed and they didn't have any resumes or
Wonderful.
anything.
All right,
So,
proud to hear that.
Yeah, it's
That's
great.
wonderful.
Yeah.
So how many jobs last year did the youth fair net, so to speak, Shannon? Do you recall?
No, I'll have to go back and look. We definitely exceeded our match. I'm always thinking in the dollars, but
Yeah.
she did a great job. Mostly, a lot of it's the retail and the fast food and
Right,
the ice
right.
cream, like Heritage Ice Cream
Oh,
stand
okay.
and that.
Yeah,
So,
well, that's good. I mean,
yeah,
that's what we all did as a kid, absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
I think it's great. Councilor Mercia?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's amazing how you know just when to call me. I must have put the light on and gave him an idea, but I'm wondering about the Spinner Stadium, and sometimes they hire students to work during the summer. Do you have any connection with them, or?
Yes, so I'm actually working with Sean McCarthy at the Working Cities Challenge to set up a relationship with the Spinners Field this year in hopes to get some unsubsidized employment over there as part of our program.
Sure, that's fine, thank you.
It's a great point.
Thank you.
Great point, Rita. Councilor Samaras, anything? Okay. Well, listen, thank you to all for the hard work you do. Really, it is greatly appreciated. I want to, we had an event at UTEC over the weekend. We had an open house at UTEC's enterprise. We showcased all their enterprises, and Peter was there along with some staff, Caitlin from Youth Services, and I appreciate their time as well on a Saturday. And what you do is very, very important to our kids, really, to us and our kids. It gives them a lot of direction and the leadership they need. And you guys fight to find these grants, to find these jobs, to keep these kids occupied. And really, it's greatly, greatly appreciated.
And I'm sure their parents appreciate it too.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely. And these kids got some money in their pocket, as Councilor Mercy alluded to, absolutely. So very good stuff. So Commissioner Bellegarde, thank you for all your hard work. You do a great job. So and this is pretty cut and dry, so I'll be sure to give you two thanks at the full council meeting tonight. And I'm anxious to mention all these jobs to the folks at home, really. I mean, we're talking hundreds of jobs here, almost a couple thousand that are involved in our recreation program. So we have a lot for our kids, as Councilor Mercy, who don't have the means to go to the beach or a lake for a day. And these kids need to be taken care of, and we're going to make sure of that. So it's great stuff. Great stuff. I'm very proud of all of you, and I thank you once again. Anything to add? Okay, so I'll make a
Motion to adjourn.
second.
Oh, did you want to make a motion first?
No, that was it.
Oh, all right, thank you.
That's it. Okay, motion adjourned, meeting adjourned. Thank you very much. Yeah.